Hello, my name is John Lazarczyk. I'm the STEM coordinator from Imperial County Office of Education, and today I want to walk you through what I thought is a really cool tech tool called Edpuzzle. So this is called Edpuzzle 101, and if you see the bit.ly right here, you can type that into your, make a new tab, type it into the address bar, and it'll take you to this exact slide deck that I'm using right now via Google Slides. So just real quick, Edpuzzle is a tech tool that you can use with students that allows you to kind of use either existing videos, videos that you made as well can be uploaded. You can crop them, you can add a voiceover, you can embed quizzes. Like I said, and when I get to the page I want to show you, there's thousands of videos you can select from, and again, you can upload your own videos as well. So it's a really cool way to engage kids while they're watching maybe a short video. And as a science guy, I love using Edpuzzle to kind of introduce phenomena. Okay, so I'm going to skip to this one. So what I'd like you to do is sign into Edpuzzle as a teacher. So I'm going to show you all the features that Edpuzzle has for teachers, and just kind of walk you through some of the really cool stuff. So what you do is you go to edpuzzle.com, and there's actually a link right here as well. And when you go to edpuzzle.com, you should see a page that looks like this. And then you click up here where it says sign up. And if you already have logged in and made an Edpuzzle account, then you just log in, right? And then you sign in as a teacher. So you click on this blue link. And then finally, it's going to ask you to sign up with Edpuzzle. And the easiest way to do it is to sign in with your Google account. And it'll take you to a page that looks like this. And this is the home page. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of leave the slideshow behind and now walk you through my actual account and the cool things that you can do. So this is my account. How do I know that? Well, my little J is up here. That tells me that this is my account. And right now I'm looking at my content. These are all the videos that I have uploaded to my page that I've used or want to use in other training. So that's what this is right here. If you go to home, you're going to see just some videos that maybe are trending in education, California, United States. If you click on curriculum, this is a great way to search for videos that are relevant to your grade level. So you can see the three categories here. They have elementary school. So if I click on view content for elementary school, I can look at videos by subjects, video by grade. So if I want to click on a science lesson in the K through 5 world, I've got tons of choices right here to choose from. All right. Same thing with middle school. A little more, there's a few more choices here because you get into more of the specialized setting, right? And then finally, if I want to look for one for high school, whatever I'm teaching, I can click on science. Love this cool videos right here. So tons of options up here just with curriculum, but you can also come down here to these popular channels, and I'm just going to click on YouTube for now. And you can see all the videos that you have available to you for YouTube. And if there's a search bar in the search bar up here, let's say I want to find videos on volcanoes. If I type it in correctly, it'll take me to, there we go, to videos about volcanoes. And I can click on any one of these videos, view them, see if they're representative of what I want to teach my kids. Just a word of caution, you can see the time frame right here under some of them. I probably would not show a 43-minute video to my students or this hour-and-a-half-minute video, but there's a cool option I'm going to show you later on where you can shrink these videos to just the parts that you want the kids to see. So I'm going to delete video volcanoes and just kind of walk you through here. Here's Khan Academy. You guys have probably heard of that. There's a lot of videos on Khan Academy. Here's National Geographic, which I absolutely love. A lot of science things in here. TED Talks. Another one that I really love is Veritasium. He's kind of a physics nerd like me. This this option here called number file. It looks like it's a lot about math, and then crash course, which is kind of the term used to when they just talk about the reconstruction. It's a 13-minute crash course on the reconstruction. So another option is this Edpuzzle option. Now the Edpuzzle option, these are videos that have already been downloaded by teachers, and in some cases they've already had some things added to them. For example, if you see this little ink drop right here, and I hover over it, it says that this video contains 7 questions or notes, and I'll show you that later on. So this is kind of like a ready-made video for you that's already has some things embedded that Edpuzzle uses. So you can also look through these as well, and this could save you some time because someone else has done this. We all like to share and steal from everybody. So that is Edpuzzle in the content area, right? So going back to my presentation, I'm going to, and this is just kind of what I showed you right now. So I'm going to, well, first of all, what I love is, what I like to do is just kind of interact. So as you're going through your content or your videos, just kind of play with them. Click on them and see what they're all about, right? So interact with it. Good friend of mine says you can't break it right now. So that's some words of wisdom right there. But I'm going to show you now how we can edit a video. So I'm going to go to my Edpuzzle, okay? In order for me to edit a video, I've got to select a video, okay? So I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to select the video on, let's say roller coasters, if there's a video on roller coasters. So let's say, again, I'm looking at the time right here, and I'm teaching 3rd grade right now, so theoretically, you know what, I like this one, the physics of roller coasters. So I'm going to click on that one, and obviously, you should view these before you once you view this one, you may say, I don't want this one, and go back to another one. If you look below, there's 8 video versions that are similar to this one, if not the same, and where they've added some questions, so you can kind of take a look at what other people have done with this actual video. And once I click on the start button, obviously it's going to start, but it also lets me know, okay, it's about 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So that's that's a good time, a short enough time to show kids where maybe even during the synchronous lesson or asynchronous, that kids won't lose their attention, right? So let's just pretend now that I've viewed the video, and this is a video that I really, really like, and I want to do something with this. I want to make it interactive for my kids. So what I can do is come down here and click on Edit. You see the lower right here? I'm going to click on Edit, and it brings the video with it, but it gives me 3 options now. If you look up here, kind of on the upper left, I can cut the video, which means I can crop it, make it smaller, right? Only show the pieces that I think are important. I can add a voiceover where if let's say there's a couple of vocabulary words that I'm not sure my students will be able to understand right away. I can give them I can tell them immediately, oh, the word momentum means this, right? And I can record my own voice somewhere embedded in this video. And then lastly, I can also ask some questions for a little formative assessment. So how to cut. So when you go to cut, you'll notice that the ends have these little white bars, right? Let's say I've viewed the video and, maybe the ending is just kind of like, wrapping it up and they say a few things. So I want to move this in, and the video kind of plays as you do it, but I want to move it in. I'm going to hit pause, right? So now down here it says the total new time is 1:46. So I just shortened the video to 1:46, right? So that's cut. Now that stays there unless you want to undo it, right? So that's going to stay there as and you can also add a cut if you want to cut, somewhere in the middle. And you want to move it around. You can cut somewhere in the middle. And yeah, when you add a cut, so now I have 2 white bars right here, and let's say I want to go here, And it deletes all these in the middle too. So you can cut from the ends, or you can also cut from the middle simply by using add cut. So, and let's just say I realize that right here where this dot is, or maybe right here where this dot is, I need to add a voiceover because there's a couple of words in there that maybe if I gave the kids some context, it would help them understand it a little better. So I'm just going to click on start recording. And it's going to record my voice. You can see it's going 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I stop recording. And as it's processing, now it has what I said during the course of this, during the course of the video. So the issue is, the only issue is your voice is going to overtake what else is being said on the video. But it's going to, you know, hopefully you can pick a spot where there's not much going on, not much, you know, narration, and you can clarify some things for the kids. So you can add a voiceover, and again, that automatically stays in there. So let's say I want to add some questions along the way to kind of check for understanding. So let's say right here I wanted to add a question. There's three things I can do. I can add a multiple choice question, an open-ended question, or I can just put some notes. So if I want to add a multiple choice question, you know, it gives me a box for the question, and it gives me 2 choices right here. But down here, I can also add another one. So let's just say, I'm going to say, what color is it? And I'm going to say one choice is blue. Another choice is red. And let's just say the third choice is green. Okay, now this is where you got to be careful, because right now it is saying that because of the green check mark that blue is the correct answer. So we can change this if we want. I want red to be the correct answer. So I'm going to click on the check mark on red, and I'm going to click on the X for blue, and the other one green is already there. So now I've added a question, multiple choice question to the quiz. I can add other questions here. I can add an open-ended question, which instead of saying what color is it, I could say, why is it that color? Right? And when I add that open-ended question, when the kids watch the video, there's a little box where they can type their response, right? Or let's just say I want to go towards the end, and I want to add a note. And in that note, I want to say, here are the directions for homework. And then I can start listing it here in the notes, okay? So what I've done is, you know, I added one thing I did forget, obviously, is every time you do that, you have to hit save. And it'll save the notes exactly where I put that black dot. So I'm going to add a real quick question. I'm going to say why. I'm going to say because I said so. And because is the right answer. So if I click on save, then I know that I have some notes here and a question here, right? So you can continue. And let's say I added a couple of questions, another open-ended question, a note, and I'm done with this video. All I have to do now is click up here where it says finish. I've cut it. I've added a voiceover. I got some questions. So I click on finish, and you can see what it shows me is that I have added, these are the notes right here, and I think this is the multiple choice question. So I could play it again just to see, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assign this question to, and I'll show you a little bit how to set up a class, but I'm going to assign it to my John Lazarsik's Phenomenal Science class. I'm going to assign it to all the kids. I come down here, click on assign, but before I do, some other options you have up here are prevent skipping. You know, a lot of times, even if it's a short video, the kids may try to skip ahead. I know sometimes I do that as an adult. This, you check this on, they cannot skip. They must watch the entire video until they get to the questions and the notes, until they're done. You can turn on closed captioning for, you know, English language learners. You can also, so today is June 3rd. That's my start date. So I'm going to save that for my start. Click on it, save it. And then my due date, let's say my due date is the 5th of June. So I also have a due date that this video must be watched and answered by June 5th. So I've got my class that I've assigned it to. I'm going to assign it to all the students, and I'm going to hit assign. And it comes up to all the students in my classroom. And right now, obviously, nobody's watched it yet, but you will. If I go to my grade book, let's go to my grade book for another assignment. You can see where it tells me in these other assignments that I've done, how many kids have watched it, how many kids have done it. Again, these are just all made up because they are for training, right? So my classes, so now I have in my classes these due assignments. I have the physics of roller coaster. It's due June 5th. I have a couple others that are still pending, and then I have some that have completed already. These 6 down here have been completed. So it kind of gives you an overview of your class. And if I just click on one of these, again, it goes back to how many people have answered it, right? So a cool thing about this when you're in your class is you can, the thing about, that I like about Edpuzzle is it gives kids chances. So let's just say I'm going to give myself another chance. I can reset my progress. And when I do that, are you sure you want to reset? Yes. I go back to haven't even looked at it again. Gives me another chance. So if you see a few kids that are struggling, maybe got 0 questions correct, you can always reset it for them, and it gives them an opportunity to watch it again. So let me go back real quick. This is how I'm at. So I showed you how to edit a video. Now, how do I create a class? So I go back to Edpuzzle, go back to my classes. All right, so I've got my first period class, my second period, my phenomenal science class, but let's say I want to add a new class. So again, I'm in my classes, I click on add a new class. The cool thing about Edpuzzle is, like a lot of really cool tech stuff, it's integrated with Google Classroom. So if you already have Google Classroom, you can import your entire Google Classroom classes from Google Classroom, or you can click on create a new class. So that I just created new classes for this because I do not have a Google Classroom. So I have my first period, my second period, I got to put some assignments there, and then my phenomenal science class. Really easy to create a class. So once I create a class, and again, the directions are all through here. How do I get my students there? So once I created a class, and let's say I want to add, and so when I add a new class, let's say now I want to put third period, oops. I want to put third period, description, science, classic. If you can't live without videos in your lessons, this class type is for you. When your students log in or sign up, you'll get the most analytic Edpuzzle has to offer. So I usually click on the class, I'll create my class, okay? Now, if you look up here in the upper right is invite students, okay? So again, you can either, if you have the Google Classroom option, you can do it that way, or I can click on invite students and it gives them a code. So you cannot just, you know, Edpuzzle bomb a classroom. You have to have this code. You can copy the link, you can put it in an email with the kids, or you can copy the link and put it on the screen for kids, you know, maybe the day before, however you want to do this. But when they log on, they have to put in this, I think it's what, a 7-letter code to log on to your Edpuzzle class. And if I just click on mail, it gives me an option to send it via email. And in that email, it tells the kids what to do. And there's their class code. and you just type in a name. If you already have all the kids' emails embedded, and it'll automatically, once you type in, I'm going to just do Anna Murphy. All right, then this little paper airplane becomes engaged, enabled, and I can just click there and send the message, and all those kids will have an opportunity to log on to the class. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully get out of there. And so let's go back to, this needs to leave. Yeah, it's not leaving for me. So I'm going to say, I think there's a, no. Well, I'm just going to send it. There you go. Anna's going to be invited to my class. No biggie. Okay. So there's an opportunity to invite students, and then the gradebook. So if I go back to my Edpuzzle account, and I'm going to click off of that, and now I go to my gradebook. I think I showed you this before. Go, not my third period, but go to my Phenomenal Science classroom, right? It'll give you the score of all your students right here, how they've done. You can export the gradebook if you would like, and it gives you a little PDF of where, it's actually like a spreadsheet of where you want to export it. Again, so this kind of gives you a running total of all your students in that period. But again, if you just click on the one lesson, then this gives you an in-depth analysis of that lesson. You can change settings again. You can reset all the students' progress down here. You can download the grades. You can delete this assignment, right? So you can unassign for maybe certain people. Maybe they're done, and now you can unassign it. So a lot of options here that I think are really, really cool as far as keeping track of scores. Now, I will say this, if you remember back to the video, the options for questions were multiple choice and then open-ended. Of course, the multiple choice questions are going to be very easily graded by Edpuzzle, but the open-ended questions are going to have to be looked at by you and graded by you. Okay, so that's a little bit of a just so you know that it's not going to obviously grade the open-ended questions. You can look at the questions specifically and say, oh look, 10 out of 16 got this question right, 9 out of 16 got this question right, so it gives you a little more analysis. So really cool. I can edit the name of the lesson. Really good stuff here. Really fun stuff that I think is really cool. And I think also so if I click on Ms. Aguilar for that actual assignment, it also allows me to look at, oh, she hasn't answered yet. So I got to go to find one where someone hasn't answered. Let's go to this guy. Okay. So when I click on that actual, his results from that assignment, I can also click on comment. I can leave a comment for him. Great job. What would help you to improve? And so it's interactive in that respect as well. You can leave comments with kids and have a little dialogue via remote learning. So with that, so today, hopefully we created an Edpuzzle account, had a chance to experience an Edpuzzle. We edited a video, showed you how you can assign it to your class, showed you how you can create a class and invite students to the lesson, into the class actually as well, and then a little bit about the gradebook. So appreciate your time and participation. If you have any questions, this is something that Erica Marquecho and myself did as part of our free distance learning activity. So we'll be more than happy to answer your question. And there's also, if you have the bit.ly, there's a feedback link right here that'll take you to a Google form where you can leave us some feedback as well. So I really appreciate spending some time looking over Edpuzzle, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.